Hey everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and today I was going to go ahead and take you through my 2018 Hobonichi weekly supplement and my English Techo and what I used it through the year at various times, and then I will take you through how I have 2019 set up. We're going to push that over to the side, and in the English or in the weekly supplement. It's just a very thin supplement, and all it is the weeks, because in the A6 Techo, both the English planner and the Japanese version, you do not get a weekly setup. So this is basically what the weeks, it's just a weekly setup, just like you would find in your Cousin Avec. And I used this for a couple of things, and I tried to use it a couple of times through the beginning of the year, and it just didn't work out. But in April, when I started my Miracle Morning, it kind of stuck. Now, I was going through and doing just some to-dos and stuff for Miracle Morning, but I was duplicating a lot of this in my Cousin Avec. And then it just kind of, I was doing some meal tracking, and I just didn't like that, but I was still keeping track of the Miracle Morning. And so then, towards May, I started figuring out how I was going to use this. And I started putting in my Miracle Morning Savers, which is silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. And it's something that you do every morning. And then I had the goals for that week. And this was week 7. And as you can tell, it's the 20th week of the year, but it was week 7 of me doing Miracle Morning consistently. So I go through, and it just kind of found its use. And here, I think this is about when I started actually writing down how I was feeling in the morning, about mid-May, or actually early June, and that has kind of stuck. And it was how I was just feeling every day or every morning when I woke up. So, and I carried on really consistently with this, and it went well. And then I started actually sectioning it. So, and I did there were times when I fell off. I will wholeheartedly admit that. Then I did a video on it, and so this is where I kind of explained it. And again, the savers at the top, the time I wake up, the different exercises that I do in the morning, and then here is how I'm feeling. And so I went through all of that, and it was doing great. And about September, well, Dragon Con, I kind of fell off, and I tried to get back into it, and then it fell off again in October, and I just took a break, and I tried to do more here, but again, I just kind of fell off. And then I jumped back in, and then I didn't even do anything. So at the end of October, beginning of November, I tried it again, and then it just wasn't working out. And this was about when, or October 15th, is when I quit getting up early. So I was getting up at 4:45 or 5 to get this done. Or 5:45. And then I was just like, I'm so tired. I can't concentrate. So I decided I was going to figure out how much sleep I actually needed. And so I forced myself to go to bed at 10, and I woke up at 6. And then at the end of October, I'm like, I'm going to try this again. And again, it just kind of fell off a little bit. And then November, nothing. December, nothing, until winter solstice. So I decided if I was going to do it in January, starting again, I needed to get back into the habit. And this is the last 3 days. And again, the sabers, scribing, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. And then I'm doing Tai Chi in the morning, and I'm getting my kitchen set up so that, because part of the problem that I was having in doing my exercises in the morning, other than just like basic stretching, is that I still have to make my coffee, and it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to make my coffee. But I have a tablet that I want to keep in my kitchen, and so I'm just going to get that set up so that I can follow, because I watch different Tai Chi and Qigong videos on YouTube, and that's what I follow. And so I have that set up, and so I've got this all set up for next week. And then on the 31st, we move into the new one. So that's just the weekly supplement. So in my A5, I have, I tried putting in one thing that I was grateful for every day in the front, and that didn't really carry. Then I started this off as one thing I was grateful for in the month, in the monthly view, and I was just like, it was kind of forced, because this started out as my gratitude journal. And then I moved gratitude into my cousin Avec, and it just felt like a duplication. And what I was doing here, up in the front here, was I was doing what I was thankful for, what I was happy for, grateful, gratitude, whatever. And it was just sitting down every night and writing something out. But it just didn't work. I didn't stick with it. And so you can tell about March 13th, it just kind of fell off. I was just like, I'm done. So then again, like as in my weekly, about mid-April or May 15th, well, this was my intentions for the new moon on May 15th, but I started doing the Miracle Morning journaling in here, and this is when I got the Miracle Morning journal. And let me pull it out here. When I got this. And what I've done is, this one gives you prompts, but there's not enough room to write in here for me. And so what I've done is I've rewritten those into here. And that's what you see in black up there. And so I stuck with that pretty well, as you can see. There are a few days here and there that I might have missed. But what I was doing is through the week, I would take a week on Sunday and write in all the questions for the week. And then every morning I would just sit down and journal about that question. And some days there were not a lot. I mean, I didn't write a lot, like this one. I didn't write a lot. But I got something done on almost the entire time. Then again, in October, when I stopped doing this, I just kind of fell off. So October 15th, when I decided to go do a waking up at 6, I couldn't fit it in. And so, again, there were a couple of times when I was trying to get it back in there, but it just, yeah. So, what I did is I have done the end of the year, and you'll notice these blank dot grid pages that have the red dots, which I love. I don't know if you can actually see that or not in there, but I love them. And I'm using fountain pen and sometimes gel ink, so I've cut those pages out and I'm using them as blotter paper. So I will finish this out, and then again on the 31st, I will move into my new one. And this is a Meraki, it's a Hobonichi cover. And it was their 2016, I believe. And it's a Maruka. It's like a fabric cover. And it's beautiful. I freaking love it. Let me see if I can get it opened up for you. And and you've got the opening, and it's got the pocket in the back. And then you've got the pockets in the front, and like I said, I have my happy little clouds, and they're Bob Ross right there. And then I put one of the 3 stencils that I got in my Hobonichi order in here, because that was kind of a pain in the ass for me, because I was having to always grab it out of one of my other, because in 2018 I only had one. I was having to grab it out of my Cousin Avec and write it in. So what I have done is for January, I've done all of January in here. And this is where I'll write the time that I wake up, what exercise gets done, and how I'm feeling in the morning. That worked the best for me here in the weekly. And that's why I went ahead and got the weekly in the first place. So I have gotten all of January done in here. And then in February, I will go in and do the entire month of February. But that's all that's going to go in here. Now, I don't know, if I hope I continue with the whole thing. So that's what that weekly is for. Now, in here, this is the Cousin Avec, this is the A6 version, like I said. And you've got 2019, 2020, and then I guess they only give you the 2 years. But then you have these, and this is what I am not sure what I'm doing yet. I may do nothing with it. But we'll see. Not sure. And this goes all the way to March, actually. And then you get into a monthly view. And again, I may not use this at all. And I've just got to be okay with that. Because I am doing what I'm doing gratitude in my Cousin Avec, and I'll show you that in a future video when I go through my Cousin Avec. But my gratitude is just a little blurb of what I'm grateful for every day, and I don't want to overload myself because putting it in multiple places makes me crazy. So if this doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. That's okay. But I'm going to leave it because I may end up deciding that there's something else that I want to add to my morning rituals. And so I'm just going to leave this blank for right now. So that goes again all the way to March of 2020. And then you've gotten turn the page to a new year. And this is where I'm going to write my goals once I finish them for 2019. And then you have the blank page like you do in the Cousin Avec, and then your January start. And I have, well, let me point this out too. Isn't it lovely how this year's Shitajiki matches so prettily? I'm like, yay! So I had this for something else and decided to put it in here because it was so pretty and it matched. Anyway, so I've got January done. And if you notice, it says week 30 of 52 because I didn't finish this book. And so, and he has not put out a new one, and which is what I figured probably would happen since he didn't date these. And so I will, I'm starting with week 30 of 52, and these are all things that I have not read yet. And so when I get to week 52, I'll just start over. And I started in week 7. I think. Wait, no. Maybe? What did I start in here? This is my 2018. And I may have. So it's around May 21st. Oh, it was, I did Miracle Morning. I started Miracle Morning in April or late March. So, let's see. Yep. So week 7, week 6, week 4. Week 1 started on April 2nd. So there's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7 is April 14th or May 14th. And so this would have started week 6, and then this started, or week 7, and this started week 8. So I know. And if I wasn't so freaking anal retentive, I would have just started on week 1. But I opened up and I started, I believe, with week 8 in here. Let me see. I will do something selfless today or this week. Yep. So I started week 8 in here. So from weeks 1 through 8, I have not done in this. So, and we're starting the year with week 30. And so that's where I'd actually kind of fallen off. And because my marker's still there. So we're just starting over with week 30 in January 1st. So week 30 of 52. And that's why I kind of know where I'm at. So I've got all the questions written out. And then every Monday I write out which week it is. And then I just keep going. And week 33 and week 34. And I've gotten that written all the way through week 35. And so Monday, February 4th starts week 35 of 52. And then when I hit week 52, like I said, I will just start that book over. And this is why, one of the reasons why I did not write in this book at all. So that I could use these prompts continually. So that's what I'm using this for, and that's how I'm using it. I'll write the week, the daily statement, and then I'll just journal about it. So, and then this goes for the full year, and here are the pages that I cut out of the back, so that if I do use fountain pen or something and I need to just shut it, I'll just be able to I'll shut it like that, and the blotter paper will take care of it. So that is my Miracle Morning Journal. And I just have the weekly supplement tucked into the front there. And then I have the Techo put in the whole way. And this is just a little piece of parchment that you get with the Techo. And I really just like that. And so I'm going to keep it in there. In fact, I may just tuck it in like, well, because you get kind of bumpy. So we're just going to keep it. Oh, wait. Woohoo. Yeah, I can do it like that. Yay. All right, so there you have that. And make sure my little blotter papers are, evidently they're giving me grief today. So I may tuck those in like that as well. Yeah. So that is my Miracle Morning. And then this sits upstairs. And I have that I can just sit down on my couch, read a little bit, and then I can journal, and that's it. But I'll do this a month at a time, whereas last year I did it weekly. But I'm quite happy that I got such good use out of this for something that I didn't think that I was going to use. I was very happy. I did end up trying the Cousin of Veckan in the Japanese planner in the A6 size, but I ended up not using that, and so I didn't get one of those. And I actually like the grid of the English version. It's a little bit bigger, and I just like the layout. So I don't have the Japanese version here close at hand. So, but I really did enjoy the way this, at least I don't think, hang on, I might actually. 1 second, please. I think I might have tucked it into my Rebel Athena. Haha, I did. Yay. So this is my Rebel Athena. This is the Hobonichi, the Avec version. And see how, I mean, it's just literally a mini version of the Cousin Avec. And I like that this doesn't really have the spread that the Japanese version does. And so I don't need the checklists. I don't need the time thing. It's just, I mean, you get the 12, but it's pretty much just blank and I can just journal in it. And that's what I want to use it for. So this one works out better for me. And I get to actually read the quotes. So I like that. If you wanted just a smaller planner, then this one would work better for you. If you wanted to have the time breakout and all of that. But be aware that you still do not get the weekly portion of this. So neither one of these comes with a weekly section. You just get the month at a glance and the dailies. So this one I paid like 25 bucks for it, and this was just the July to December, and just ended up not using it. I thought that I wanted to use it and didn't. But if I decide that I wanted to get in and use it, then I could, but and just use it for, you know, notes or whatever. And that's why it's still in here, because I may not, I may use it, but then just pay attention to the days, or to the dates, and not the days. Not that you can even understand what day it is. So 7/18. Who knows if it's a Sunday or a Monday or whatever, because in the A6 version, it's only in Japanese. So now this would all be incorrect, but the dailies can be whatever. So anyway, that's how I'm using my English planner for 2018 or 2019, and this is how, and then I showed you how I've used it in the past, but it's all for the Miracle Morning. So it's a way that I can get the most out of this book and the most out of these. So there you have it. I hope you guys are having a great day. And I did get some footage for when I was shopping yesterday at my little shop. So if I can get it to download correctly, I will put it at the end of this. So there's no, I'm not talking through it because I felt kind of weird, but you can at least see. And then I also did some, I went, after MPS, I went over to Overstock.com's outlet, and I took some video of that as well. So we'll see if I can get that up. It may come at a later date, but we'll see. So I hope you guys have a great day, and happy Christmas Eve, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Before you cut the air with a knife?
Yeah.
No.
All right, I will see you in a minute.
Morning.
Good morning.